Apologies, everybody. Just was muted, and sorry for the little bit delay. Just ran into some technical issues. Hello, Lucio. Good
GM,
evening over there.
GM.
How you doing? GM, GM.
I want a big
So I
man
think
with
it's
I want a Big Mac with large fries, man.
exactly. Everybody's gonna go to work at McDonald's now. So founders are no exception to that rule, right? Anyhow, so thank you very much, everybody, for taking the time today, and more importantly, being with us for the last couple of months, years, or days. Right? Doesn't matter as long as you are part of the DAO. It doesn't matter how long have you been. More important part is what you're contributing to it. And this is what we call. That's why we do this governance calls every month. We go ahead and explain what's up in the Meta Pool DAO, and more importantly, overall in the industry as well. I see some familiar faces there, so thank you very much, everybody, for coming in. Max One, Nolix, Fake Donald, yeah, exactly. Um, um, we have Luz there. We have Bishop, Sky Empire, all the way from Venezuela. Thank you very much, Sky, for coming in. Haiti Max, Marcela, so yeah, definitely Augusto. Hey, hello there, Luis Manco. Thank you very much for coming in. So anyhow, let's get this started. First and foremost, I think that we're coming into the middle of the year, right? We're finishing. We're about to finish Q2. A lot of exciting things are happening. We will, of course, drop some alphas as well on what's happening, where we're heading, and more importantly for us is how we think and see sustainability for the DAO as well. There's a couple of medical improvement proposals coming in as well, but more importantly for us is just giving everybody heads up on what's happening. More so than anything, for us, one of the big parts that we do or we want to play is that we allow users to retain most of the value that they create. Right. That's the main focus of the DAO and why Lucio and myself created it in the first place. Um, but then again, as well, we need to be mindful that it takes a village, right? It's not something that just a crazy Mexican and Argentinian get to do, right? We had a lot. We've been having a lot of fun. Don't be mistaken about that. But at the end of the day, we need to find ways how to best approach sustainability, allow early backers, early supporters to also generate as much value as they can get from the protocol. And so, without further ado, let's go into the agenda. I'll start sharing my screen. Just give me 1 minute. Um, so we got this one. There you go. Let me know if you're seeing it correctly. All good. Okay, we're ready to roll. Let me see if there's always this thing. View full entire full screen. Let's see. Let's see if this works. Yes, it works. Okay, perfect. So we got the agenda going on. So we got Meta Pool Improvement 16 coming up the ranks. I think that's been discussed right now. Another important part. Yes, thank you very much, Francisco. So we got the entity data hackathon that we did 10 days ago, I think it was. Yeah, 10 days ago. Really excited, or 2 weeks ago, sorry. Really excited about that. We hit the ground running on that one. We got the referral program, right? I know there's a lot of we've been building this for I think the better part of the year. Um, and I think that this it's something that we worked really hard on it. Some of the ambassadors have tried it for more than 6 months, I reckon. And for us, the important part here is that we allow people to contribute to TVL and get a kickback from the staking rewards. Node Studio platform, something we announced over at Staking Summit. I won't go too deep into it. The Unleash launch, that's a good one from the Story ecosystem. And then we have House of Stake. We will be bringing in Alan too. to talk a little bit more about House of Stake. One of our members is a delegate, so really, really excited about that. Um, and so, without further ado, let's continue this one. Um, do you want to share anything there, Lucio?
No, 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 because I tend to spill alpha. So you continue. No problem.
No worries about that. Okay, so we got um, Meta Pool Improvement 16, right? So okay, let's dive deep into this one, right? So one of the issues that we found, and I am personally responsible also of not doing my proper research, right, or being on top of it. And so one is we are some of us are because like I said, some of us are voting for nodes that right now are not operational or that are not how can I say, supporting economically our ecosystem, right? And so anyhow, so we got some cool members there, small members of the team, and the big chief as well, putting order. But anyhow, so we got him MPIP 16. So we want boats to expire, right? The reason behind is, hey PCs, um, the reason that we want boats to expire is very simple. Is that it allows more activity on chain for us, right? Which is important. At the end of the day, leaving boats there unattended for more than a year doesn't bring value to anybody. So, and why doesn't it doesn't bring value? Because when somebody votes for a node, if you are a node runner and you're voting for yourselves, that's great, right? At the end of the day, that was the initial design. But the problem there is that it's kind of it makes we need to make this more dynamic, right? And also allow people, for example, that voted for grants rounds, right? They're gone, right? They already that voting power is should be used for nodes, right? And so we're allowing this mechanism to votes to expire, and then of course this will create a shift on the amount of exposure you get to your protocol fees, right? To the staking rewards. And so with that, we will also allow a changing of the guard, right? And let's put the cards on the table, right? We made it as easy as possible for people to get paid to vote, but now that voting power is getting stagnated. And in any system design, when an activity or an activity or an asset or component stagnates, it basically that system will be at any given moment in time become um, not reliable, right? Because that's a point of fault. But without me getting too much details, right? At the end of the day, what we want is more dynamics inside our voting system, inside our DAO, allowing new validators also to come in and like reap the rewards of having a community that is voting for them as well. And for those that are node runners, right, we understand that this might seem unfair, but at the end of the day, you need to understand that it's not something that we're not build a system where you're just gonna put your votes and you can go and that's it, right? That's not something we need to create more dynamics. That system be more dynamic and more that we provide more on-chain transactions to the blockchain as well. And that's it's not only for near, right? So it's also EVM, and more importantly, we're thinking in the near future, expanding our governance token to other blockchains, right? That's something that is in that on the table. TBD right now, which blockchain, but anyhow, Lucio, you want to go ahead and explain a little bit here?
No, no, you're doing it correctly. The idea, this is a proposal. It will be available in the MPIP section, and it is as usual. This is a proposal. There will be like 2 weeks that the author will be open to feedback. The idea is to adjust it. So let's participate. There are two stages. First, participate with ideas, uh, modify the proposal, make it better. Then we have just a vote to make decisions. But remember that this is a DAO decision.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. So anyhow, very important, right? Let them expire. Again, it's not something that it's going to be uh, uh, pushed immediately, like tomorrow. This is going to be something that's going to be voted, and more importantly, it's 60 days for validator nodes, and then for grants and memes, it's going to be 20 days, right? So that's something we wanna push forward. Um, So next, we got the Entity Data Hackathon, right? So we got a bunch of folks there. Senor Pur was in the house, right? In Lima. We got more than 90 devs, 17 projects, right? Great collaboration with Near Dev Hub. Shout out to Guillermo, who flew all the way from Barcelona to Lima and ended up sleeping like 2 hours per day since he arrived. And so I think that some of the important stuff is that we built on-chain projects in less than 24 hours, right? We got different type of solutions for agriculture, digital identity, and more importantly, we gave an opportunity for folks to onboard folks to their first decentralized application event, right? Um, and so they created their first DApp, and this was something outstanding, to be honest. It's just the energy was there. To be totally transparent, it has been a while since I've participated in a hackathon. I think more than a year. Um, yeah, I think last year we didn't do any hackathons actually. So, and the reason for it is was I was getting a little bit tired of it because we did sponsor, like for example, ETH Latam, we did ETH Argentina, and we did a bunch of them. I think it was 2023 where we did a bunch of them. And don't get me wrong, the energy's there, but we didn't get a lot of people building on top of our tech stack, right? Um, Here, it was the focus was near AI. But again, I like people were really excited and onboarding incredible people. I think so. So definitely a shout out to Entity Data, who was part of our main partner there in Lima, and shout out to Near Dev Hub for all their support. But anyhow, let's continue to the next one. And so referral program. So here is an important part of it, right? So it's multi-chain, right? It's not related to um, Near or ICP or ETH or Sol. It's just for everything, every token we support. You will get there's will be a referral dashboard where we're tracking wallets, the network amount, timestamp. Minimum stake to qualify is $50, right? I understand that this might seem like a a um, a high price point, right? But it's what we calculated is the best target in order to provide a good referral program, right? And so you see here the reward structure. You get 10 MP DAOs for 1 year. You got 50 MP DAO tokens for 0.01 ETH. You got 35 MP DAOs for zero point 0.1 SOL, 20 MP DAOs for 1 ICP, right? And I think we're missing IP here. So sorry about that. That's a typo. And the idea is that we distribute every 10th of the month for eligible referrals, right? Here's the QR code. Please scan it. If you're interested, go into our Discord, right? Get support. Maximiliano is going to be there. You have Francisco who's there. Also, Marcela's there. Franco. And so anyhow, the team is going to be there, right? But do fill up this form and let's keep on staking, right? And earn some good kickback rewards from the from the delegations that you refer to us, right? And then I think this is part of making this sustainable. Again, very important. If you bring in more stake, that means that we're distributing more protocol fees. As easy as that, right? And so just take that into account, right? This is so you're kind of double dipping here, but by bringing delegation to the Meta Pool DAO, you will be getting paid more every third of the month as well. So it's going to be distributed between all the voters, so all the DAO participants. But anyhow, but that's a good one. Lucio, you want to add something here? You're muted, Lucio.
Sorry, maybe to mention that it's quite easy to get a referral code, and everyone in the DAO should get one and start not just communicating that, okay, participating in the DAO is a good idea, but just sharing a link. So it's not a recommendation, it's an action call. And since we are in multiple chains, it should be easy, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyone?
So
Yeah, yeah.
anyone can. It's by invitation only. I do get it. You have to apply because we do have to be mindful who's going to be sharing those links and whatnot. But it's pretty straightforward, right? Eventually, we will make it more permissionless. For the moment, it's kind of we're kind of easing into it. So hopefully, folks are gonna get interested in this, and we can get people to support us during this next couple of months. That it seems everything is getting hot, right? Like Bitcoin more than 100,000, more than $100,000 on per Bitcoin is something. It's kind of like a thermometer of the
Yeah.
market, right? So anyhow,
And we believe that everybody knows that you need to stake or else you're leaving money on the table. But to be honest, maybe not everybody knows. And there's a ton of people out there just with Near or Ethereum or Sol that they are not staking, they're just holding it in their wallet. And man, you are leaving money on the table, doesn't make sense. Let us spread the knowledge that staking is the first thing you should do. I think you are muted now, Claudio.
I
Oh,
don't know what's that. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, but perfect. Let's get on to it, right? So next on the agenda, so we got the Node Studio program, right? So I think here is a we're gonna give you a little bit of a glimpse on what Node Studio is. One important factor here is that we did this right now for near protocol blockchain. The idea is that we do this for other blockchains as well, but we're starting on near, right? So let's get to it. Let me give me a couple. I'm gonna stop sharing now, and let me give you a glimpse into this one, right? Uh, 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 um, okay, there you go. Should be going. Okay, you need to
sorry.
mute yourself now, Lucio. All good, man. So this is the Node Studio platform. Right now, near blockchain wallets are not supported. What we're supporting right now is EVM wallets. So you need to connect either your MetaMask or your backpack wallet. One important part of this is that right now we're having some issues with the X and Google and Gmail um, login. So we're working on that one slowly but surely. Um, so and let me put you the and so this is the main page, right? nodestudio.metapool.app. Um, very easy, right? Like at the end of the day, we're facilitating folks to get into the running a node. The idea is for it to be less than $29 per month. Um, with it, the Node Studio allows we're basically abstracting all of the complexity of running a node. Um, You don't have to have a DevOps developer operations experience or systems administration experience, right? We allow people to just easily get onboarded. Let me share quickly a video. We wanted to do it live, but I'm not having too much of a good connection right now, and I don't want to mess this up. So bear with me on this one. And I think the most important part for us is that we're allowing the Near Protocol blockchain to be more decentralized. Very important here is that we will be running a program that allows anybody to get the seat price for the node. And so with that, we're basically allowing anybody to run a node without prior experience, and more importantly, with the support from the Meta Pool team, right? And so I think this is a great way for people to also get into the business of running a node, which is great. So here it is. I'm going to share my tab. Oh goodness. Okay, there you go. I'm asked right now, or an EVM compatible wallet. Um, Now, eventually, you will be able to run it um, with the near wallets, right? So there, you're setting up a wallet. Um, Now you're setting it up. Either you run it bare metal or cloud, right? You see there the different price points, right? Then you put in your API key, which is from the high velocity account, which is our provider. And now the server is going to be set up, right? You put the configurations there, and more importantly, we will be sharing one that we already have on well, so that you can put it right there, right? So it's preparing, performing all the actions. It's allowing the server to set up and the node start to signal to the blockchain, to the blockchain that it will be up and running. And so with this, it's something that it allows people to give them an opportunity to experience running a node and allowing Near to become more decentralized and censorship resistant. There you see that it's setting up the CPU, setting up the memory, right? Now you do have to put in your Near wallet because there you will be basically signaling to the system where you will be earning the rewards, right? Again, you do not have to have the seat price, which is close to 25,000 Near. The Meta Pool DAO will be providing you that, right? You can get your validator to start basically through some chunks and eventually blocks as well. There are right now setup process, right? With your full ID, you set up your wallet, right? Deploy it. And so this takes around maybe 30 minutes to set up. Yeah, close to an hour, depending on the provider, right? But it's pretty straightforward. Lucy, you want to add something here?
No, yes, that this is if you already hold, for example, MPDAO, this is a very good opportunity. You could use your MPDAO to get extra stake. That's a good one, and you need to, let's say you don't need to have a full knowledge of being a sysop or running a server, but you need to manage yourself around, let's say, what is a validator and how to manage your keys, and you need to have a wallet, maybe an Ethereum wallet to log in, and then the Near wallet, of course, to create the node. But it is, I think, a great opportunity, and it's practically your cost will be zero from the start. So anything you get on top of the stake that the DAO will bring to your node, it's all profit. So I think it's a great program, and we would like to have a ton of our supporters creating and running nodes for Near and later for other blockchains.
Yes, exactly. So anyhow, this is the node program that we did for near, right? So this is something that we've really excited about. We worked really hard on this one, right? We have some great partners here. Open Mesh is one of them, right? Which is allowing us to run all this infrastructure, and anyhow, and making it easier for folks to be part of the blockchain industry, right? And running nodes is a big part of it, right? Now, as you said, Lucio, right? We are kind of putting it really easy, or what how we say in Mexico, we're putting it on a silver platter, right? And so, because we're providing an affordable platform, we're supporting with the seat price. And now, very important, right? There is an ask, right? I do want to be straightforward on this one. If you are part of the program, then you will have some activities that you will be part of, right? There's going to be also an incentives program on top of the one that we're already doing, which is um, some activities like doing Twitter Spaces, doing a meetup, doing even a conference if you're interested, or a big meetup, right, or a half day event. And so some of these things are important because we need to keep the ecosystem moving forward, right? And we believe, we first thought that DeFi was going to be like the gateway, right? It is risky, right? Again, like it's the nature of that system. Now, running nodes does have its risk in the sense of, yes, if near token doesn't perform, then yes, you might be running into some problems that it's not going to be economically viable. Again, this is you're making an educated bet here, right? Because this is a business at the end of the day. We're not selling you anything in the sense of tokens. What we're doing is, are you interested in supporting the security and consensus mechanism of the Near Protocol blockchain? Then this is the way to do it. And the system, the native blockchain will reward you for it, right? But any closing remarks on this one, Lucio? Oh, thank you very much, Christina. Yeah, we work really hard on that one. And Bishop, yeah, for sure, my friend. Hopefully, our voices are much better. Just signal if we need to speak closer to the microphone or something. But Lucio, any closing remarks
No,
for
just
this?
join and provide feedback. Like Claudio says, we need the full cooperation of the DAO. This is this is something that we will only move forward if everybody that is willing to participate does it. Let's say it's no time for staying, let's say, passive. We need to start, let's say, being more active in the DAO itself, in all the things that we can do to decentralize, or even participating in the staking. Distribute, communicate. This needs to be uh, this needs to be viral. Not only Meta Pool, but crypto itself. We are trying to make it as simple as possible for the new people that is right now listening or hearing about crypto and Bitcoin and whatever. The idea is that Metapool will be a place where you can start exploring that space within a safe space. Let's say, so if you start communicating with all the people you know, okay, this is a good place to start to learning about crypto and about Bitcoin. This is the let's say the underlying impulse behind all this kind of programs and reach outs. So start to be vocal, start to communicate, start to talk louder about what we are doing here. That's a good question. Yes.
Sorry to leave you
No, no
hanging,
problem.
Lucio. Just I was running out of juice.
Uh,
So when will the Node Studio program be live? Right. That's a good question. it's we're still running some rinsing through some of the hard edges, right? We're kind of like I said before, the login with the near protocol wallets is still not there. We will be running with EVM. That's reality. Um, Now we need to understand if we're going to be. Um, I don't know. We can make an educated guess on this one, but I think it's before at the beginning of Q3, right? I think that's kind of reality for us right now. We do have some other priorities. Node Studio's there. It will give us a few weeks, right, before this is live. So anyhow, so thank you very much for your question, Aaron. But anyhow, yeah, it will be around 4 weeks time, beginning of Q3. But more news on that one, right? Like I said, we are. Let me try to share my screen again. Oh, Francisco, can you share the screen? I'm trying. There you go. So please scan the QR code, um, fill the form, right? And we'll get back to you in the next 4 weeks, right? The idea for us is that we incentivize folks to get into the program, so we have an idea how many people are interested in it. We will be running campaigns in order for people to sign up and get this ball rolling. Thank you very much, Aaron, for that. Okay, let's continue. So we got Unleash, right? So this is part of our um, campaign to allow more TVL to come into our protocol. So there's 900 IP tokens in the pool. The idea with Unleash is that there's an incentive program there. Please look into it. We didn't put a QR code here, so Francisco, if you can share the link, I think I'll surely that will be helpful, so folks can learn more about what we're doing. Again, anything that we said today should not be considered financial advice. Please do your own research. Understand that putting assets, your digital assets, into DeFi platforms is risky, right? It does have its risk. Unleash has been truly audited by some of the greats. Neithermind, I think, is one of them, and Blocksec audited their code. So it's pretty well, some good security researchers have looked into it and have deemed it safe to use. But again, right, this should not be considered financial advice. Please do your own research. And again, let's just get some more opportunities in front of a DeFi enthusiasts in the Meta Pool ecosystem. Anything you'd like to add
No,
here,
no,
Lucio?
going back to the idea of being a place where you can explore Bitcoin and crypto in a sane environment. This is one of the things. For example, 3 4 months. How much it was? 3 4 5 months ago, we launched a stake IP, a stake on Sorry.
Yeah.
This is the first step. Okay, you are participating of the Story protocol. First thing you need to do is stake. We need to uh, repeat that everywhere. But after you do that, you get the SAP, like you got the Stineer or the MPEs. The next thing is, okay, let's do one step more. Let's get a little more sophisticated. Then we need to find utility for the SIP, for the staked IP from Story Protocol. So this is one of those. Okay, what can I do with my SIP? Okay, go to Unleash. You can provide liquidity. You can be functional. You can help other people manage their own finances. So this go in that direction, and we will be moving. We will be creating more utility for the tokens that we create in this first step of liquid staking. This is one of those.
Yes, 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 yes. It's all about getting this flywheel going, right, for DeFi in Story ecosystem. So really excited about Story blockchain. We've been a great partner there. They have been a great partner. We just recently launched on Binance Wallet as well. So if you have Binance Wallet, you can look for Meta Pool there. You can do stake IP, you can do MP ETH, and you can do MP Sol. Um, there's only BitGet OKX and Binance Wallet option when Meta. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. That's I don't know if we can put it on the roadmap right now, Bishop. But anyhow, thank you. Thank you for the question and thank you for the nudge. Um, so yeah, Chris Gems, regards to you to all the way to the Philippines. I know it's late over there. Uh, Okay, yes, and Lucas is getting people people sign up for it. So great. Like I said, oh, an important part of it, and let me go back because we missed an important part of the Node Studio program, and I'm putting the QR code there again. We have a goal of onboarding 300 nodes more into the Near Protocol blockchain. Like that's the goal, right? Right now, the current validator set is, let me get that information. Current validator set is 312. Um, right now that we're tracking, we're staking on 207. The idea is that we reach at least 500 nodes, right? If we reach 600, the more the merrier. But yeah, the idea is that we increase this validator set to at least 500 nodes. So that's the idea behind the program. So next, so we got House of Stake here. So Alan, are you ready to come on stage? Let us know. Um, if that's the case, yeah. Alan, are you there? There you go. Perfect, Alan. We can hear you now. We can hear you typing, so good.
Okay, so now you can hear me. Okay, everything looks good.
Yes, we can hear you perfectly.
Okay, perfect. So this talk is more related to having an update of what is happening on House of Stake. House of Stake is a new initiative for having a governance inside of Near Protocol. So as we know, all the blockchains are looking to have a more decentralized way on how they drive the decisions over their treasury, over their assets, over the community. So House of Stake is this new initiative that is leading NIR protocol in order to have a more decentralized governance inside of NIR. If we look to the past, we had um, how it is called was NDC, Near Digital Collective. Near Digital Collective allows people to participate inside of NIR, and this drive how some funds from the treasury of NIR was delivered to the community. So the results were more or less not as good as expected to have a near digital collective on a long term. But all the learnings are good, and right now we are applying many of them to House of Stake. So, what is the main thing that we have over the new governance is that right now a fraction of the inflation, that is the 10% of the inflation that is paid inside of the protocol, is driven to be managed by the near governance. And so House of Stake is now the option to be distributing this 10% of the treasury. So if you want to look how it is, which the amount is, you can go directly to treasury.near. This is an old wallet that has been uh, that has been managed by the NER Foundation in order to hold all the tokens that are created for the treasury of the NER governance, and you can look how the amount of how many tokens are worth this treasury.near account. What we have right now on this moment, we have a team that is dedicated to drive the House of Stake initiative, that is the Gauntlet team. The Gauntlet team has been working since a couple of months ago, I will share to you a couple of posts of what we have right now. Gauntlet created the House of Stake design that have a very interesting mechanism that allows people to lock their tokens in order to get voting power inside of this governance. And with this, the people can vote to support the different initiatives that are proposed by the community in order to be supported with funds from the near governance. Also, there was a request for endorsed delegates from the community. So we had that. We have right now a set of endorsed delegates that is uh, that is currently having working groups that are designing different parts of the NIR governance. This includes the security and economics of the NIR protocol. We also have the how are the governance processes that we have right now on NIR. So how all these voting processes are going to be driven so that people can vote. Also, on the recent updates that we have is that there are teams currently working on the development of the platform that allows people to vote inside of the near governance. So with this, we expect that in most likely quarter 3, we can have at least the first voting process being going on. And well, that will be another governance that we have on near, because right now you will have the possibility to participate on the governance that you have on NIR, also in the governance that you have inside of Meta Pool, and you can make a mix of how to participate in both of these, and you take a role as a user inside of both of these communities. So it is now there is no perfect governance in any place. I mean, in the nations, there is no perfect governance. There is no perfect governance at the corporations. But I think that in Web3, we are looking to have a better governance. There will be no perfect governance, but will be helpful to have all the feedback from the community participating on this new uh, governance that we will have inside of NIR. So that's like the big updates that we have on the side of House of Stake. Correlated to this, I think it's worth to explain that House of Stake is looking to have tokens staked inside of its smart contracts. So this also implies that we can have a token that will be locked in order to get the votes. Many of the current endorsed delegates are looking to be active inside of the validator set of NIR, so people can delegate to them inside of this governance, so you can get votes using their validators. Also, Metapool is supporting many of these validators in order for them to be active inside of the active set of validators. And this will be helpful for the goal that we are looking inside of Node Studio and all the Node Runners program, because many of these teams are long experience teams that were found on other ecosystems. I can mention some of them, like 404 DAO, we have Areta, we have Tain, we have other OGs that are right now participating inside of NIP, and this will help to be to have a more variety inside of the ecosystem with teams that are consolidated inside of the governance side. So let's keep the discussion. I think that's the call right now. Let's keep the discussion. There is also an official group where people is talking about House of Stake and all the announcements that are being done around this. So I will share this to the backstage so more people can be active inside of House of Stake. If you are interested to join the conversation and see what is happening on the governance side of NIR, the House of Stake group is already available, so more people can join over there. So that's like a general picture of what we have right now on House of Stake.
Thank you very much, Alan. Alan is the delegate at the House Stake. there will be an offsite, correct? They're getting everybody together under one roof and start to push the ball, right? That's going to be in Europe later this next month, correct?
Sure thing. Yes, there will be an offsite on HCC. So for anybody going to Cannes to HCC, it will be nice to catch up with the delegates that are active right now in House of Stake. There will be an offsite. The offsite it will be closed as far as I know, but
Yeah, yeah.
still there will
It's
be
only for the delegates,
there
right?
will be an opportunity
But
for anyone interested to talk with us on the different events that will be at HCC.
exactly. So a lot of the delegates will be at hand in Cannes in France for ECC. So if you're making the trip over there to the Côte d'Azur or the Blue Coast, make sure you have that in your agenda. You can ping Alan in our Discord, and so definitely coordinate some one-on-one with him. Lucio, your 2 cents on House
No,
of
yeah, yeah.
Stake. I think this is
To
something we've been looking forward for a lot of a lot of years, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's, of course, it's not easy to create a true new governance within this new technology. Everybody has been experimenting, and that is the good thing, if you like. We are one of the benefits of Web3 being a new jurisdiction is that there's a lot of people all over the world trying new forms of governance. And that is an evolution that is moving 100, 1,000 times faster than on the real world, if you like. It's not easy to try new governance because you have a limited number of countries, and changing the governance of a country is complicated. Companies are not allowed also to try governance because they are subject to the laws of their own countries. But inside Web3, there's been a lot of experimenting and a lot of evolution, and that is great. One key for everybody to understand, and this is looking also forward into the medium term of the Meta Pool DAO roadmap, is that this new experiment in year is based on a stake. That is why it is called House of Stake. It means that the people that has more skin in the game is a stake, it's the same, will have more power to decide where the protocol goes. And that is, I think, one of the most successful ways of, let's say, yeah, ways of create or experiment on governance. Regarding Meta Pool DAO, this is important. The DAO itself holds a lot of stake in here, besides the one that you hold all in your wallets or you are using in DeFi. And we will be creating a way to use MPDAO to redirect the power of those STNIA that the DAO is holding. So the DAO, Meta Pool DAO, will become one of the relevant participants in the decisions made on a stake near. And we will do that by, let's say, voting with MPDAO to decide what the DAO should support or reject in the House of Stake. So keep it in your mind, because this is also a new avenue for utility for MPDAO. We will not only start making decisions on our own DAO, our own internal direction, but also on the direction of the ecosystem through the DAO.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Lucio. Yeah, I think this is going to be something. So, Alan, I think you gave a little bit of an overview for House of Stake. So, next steps for House of Stake, right? What's the next delivery for them? What can people expect as well? I think that's something that people want to hear from the lion's mouth. I know you're not running House of Stake, but you're there on their weekly calls or bi-weekly calls. So, what's the next step there?
Yeah, the next step is finalizing the development of the platform that allows people to stake and vote. That's like the uh, well, let's call it. I don't want to call it blocker, but like the next milestone that they have to achieve. So that's the next thing that they have to solve. So there are currently teams selected to in order to develop all the platform. So these are experienced teams that are currently working on Web3 and that can deliver. Is expected to deliver them to deliver the project on time. So that's the next thing that can be really that will be the next call for the people. Once that the platform is live, surely there will be the announcement about how the people can log and get votes inside of House of Stake. And with that, the call for the first proposal that will be voted inside of House of Stake. So that's the most relevant thing that people can expect now. But anyways, I mean, do you have to to, to wait in silence. You still can be participating on the different Telegram groups. Also, you can be participating inside, as Lucio mentioned, you can participate inside of our own Discord, where we have a governance group, and you can be start talking about how our DAO, the Meta Pool DAO, should interact with the House of Stake, and also you can participate on the group of House of Stake to mention how do you what are the proposals that you're interested to promote or work right now. So that's the thing that people can be doing. More than that, I think that there is like not urgency to take any decision so far. Yours is to keep each one of you to keep you informed and to know what is happening, so you can take you can take the best decision once the House of Stake is launched. So that's it.
I think we cannot hear you, Claudia.
Sorry. So okay, so that's all about House of Stake. We got a few questions there, so let's go into the next phase, which is FAQ, right? Um, or ask us anything. So anyhow, so Francisco, can you bring the question from Chris Jam up front? How does Unleash works? Is this how restaking aggregator works too, or not?
It's one level below the Restake aggregator. It's simple. Unleash works as a borrow lending platform. The idea with the STIP is that, okay, you decided to hold IP. Now you stake it, you get STIP. That is step two. Now, what you can do is use STIP that you want to hold, let's say for 1 or 2 years, because you want to see where store is going, and you can use it as collateral to borrow, for example, USDC. What is the idea? Imagine you have, I don't know, $5,000 in IP because you decided to believe in the story protocol and that it will grow in the next years. So you have that amount and you can do anything. You can't do anything with that other than stake it. You stake it, you get STIP. Great. You are getting not only the price action of IP, you are also getting X% of APY just by staking. The next thing you can do with that is use it as collateral. Let's say you have an emergency, you have an emergency, and you need to spend $500, for example. What you can do? You can sell 10% of that stake IP in order to pay for the emergency. That's it. You need to do that, but you at that point you are no longer uh, getting the price action of SAP. And the next thing that you can do that is a little more sophisticated and is one of the, let's say, second level part of DeFi is you can use that SAP as collateral and borrow the $500. Then you borrow the 500 bucks, you cover the emergency, and at a later time you can be repaying that loan, let's say 500 a month for 5 months. Then you use the collateral, but you in no moment stop getting the price action of IP. So that is what Unleash protocol does. You provide a collateral and you can borrow the most normal, let's say, or the most useful way to use it is that, let's say, provide the collateral that you are long into and then borrow stables to spend. With this, we are mentioning as leash because we created this incentive of 900 IP that are there in the pool, meaning that by just providing the stake IP, right now I think it's those crazy numbers of 500% APY because you are the first or the second or the third to start providing the STIP as collateral. So go there, at least provide it, deposit it as collateral, and you will start getting rewards. If you need to cover an emergency expense, then you have the collateral ready there, and you can borrow X amount of stables to do that. This is decentralized finance at its finest. No banks, no compliance officers, no explaining, no trying to convince a bank officer to give you money. You have the tokens, you can borrow the stables.
Thank you very much, Lucio. Yeah. It's all about DeFi, right? And I think that that's what got us really excited about this space and this industry. We had a good conversation yesterday with some traditional finance investors, right? And we had like this conversation of stuff that is moving forward. Um, no, thank you, Chris Jam, for the question. That's why we do the governance calls. Any more questions there? So, Hedy Max, thank you very much. Yes, I think House of Stake is going to be important. Can you bring in Francisco? Can you bring in Hedy Max comment? So now, very important, right? It's not a near DAO. It's not near protocol DAO. So this is something that we need to differentiate. Francisco, can you bring Hedy Max comment onto stage? Thank you. And Alan, maybe you can answer this one as well, right? So it's not a DAO, right? It is a governance structure for the protocol, right? So the important part here, and also to put on the table and for people to be aware, is that the reason they created House of Stake was to make a decision how to use the near protocol blockchain treasury, right? So yes, exactly. Francisco, are you there? Yeah. Let me see if I can. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Thank you very much, Francisco. Um, so it's important for people to distinguish, right? Like Near protocol doesn't have it out. It does have a governance structure, which House of Stake will be the one in charge of. But Alan, enlightening us on this, right?
Yes, and mention House of Stake is is the governance infrastructure inside of NIR. That's what it is called. It's how people can be plugged in inside of the decisions that are being taken inside of NIR protocol. However, there can be like um, a mix inside of what we think is a DAO and also what is happening in House of Stake, because at the end, House of Stake is also looking to have an independent legal entity that can drive in their own decisions. So this cannot be like overlap on what NIR Foundation is doing, or not having like a full control or a direct control inside of what is happening inside of NIR Foundation. But it is that the infrastructure that will help people to get inside of NIR. So a DAO, I think we have like, well, we have seen the past 3 years how has been driving. Some of them with really good results. Some of them are not as that are not working as expected. And I think that we need to be like working step by step at this moment. So the first thing that we need to do is to have a process. This process to be working, and once that is working and having good results, so let's go for the next steps and see if this should be staying as a governance infrastructure, or if it is should be driven as a DAO, or if it should be driven as a another kind of entity that can be driven by the community. But I think we don't need to hurry on making definition for house of stake more than what it is right now. So I think that what will most of the people like it about house of stake is the lean way on how they are developing all the process that is uh, you get your tokens locked, you get proposals to vote, and once that these proposals are voted, you can distribute funds for this project. So in the past, and that was like one of the challenge that Near Digital Collective had, it was a really big, slow. Um, I think that there was a goodwill also inside of Near Digital Collective of having all of these process and structures, but at the end, that didn't work as expected. So right now we're trying to have a leaner way on how to drive all the governance, and let's make things work step by step. Once that we have the first voting process, that we have the first distribution of funds, we can have all the feedback and all the knowledge of what happened then, and then probably we can make another steps on the vision of what we expect on the net of what we expect on the net governance. So that's it. It's not the short answer is not a DAO, it's governance infrastructure.
Lucio, you want to add to that before we wrap up?
No, no, no. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, great. So thank you very much, Harry Max, for your comment. Chris Jam, Luz, Sevga, Aaron, thank you very much for coming in here. Mexi, thank you very much, folks. Mark Cryptid, again, thank you very much for all the support. Sky Empire, Bishop, Lucas, our PM over there, Cristina, thank you very much for coming in here. Luz, Crypto Bull, thank you very much all the way from the Africa continent. I don't know, like I can't see where you're actually coming from. Luis Manco, thank you very much. PCs all the way from the Philippines.
Shout out
So
to
we got
Pieces,
Chris.
and she's doing a very, very nice communication on Twitter. I follow her, yeah, and
Yeah, yeah,
meetups
yeah.
and,
She's doing
and, and
some great.
everything.
Yeah, onboarding folks into the Meta Pool DAO. Thank you very much, PCs. Max One also as well, all the way from Indo. Jam also all the way from Vietnam. Although I see him in another Twitter Spaces here, I'm gonna give him a little bit of crap there for not coming to our governance call. But anyhow, he sure is on YouTube or somewhere else. But anything else do you like to add? If you have any questions, please shoot. We still got a couple of minutes. If not, Nolix, thank you very much for coming in. Am I missing somebody else? Mark Crypto, okay, Marcela, of course. Marisol, thank you very much for coming in. And I think that's about it. I thanked most everybody. Oh, blockchain insights. Thank you very much, my friend. There you go. Voodoo King also there. Again, it's been a pleasure and it's a privilege to be serving every one of you. The DAO is moving forward. We're distributing protocol fees every third day of the month. I think. Oh, before we wrap up, Francisco, can you share the link to the buybacks that the DAO has been doing, right? So we will be sharing next governance call a more throughput uh, report on the buybacks that we have been doing. I know there was a comment there at the Discord that some of the people that voted for the proposal are now selling. We are in touch with that particular in a wallet. We will be looking into it, right? If but again, right, very important. If you have unlocked MPDAO, you are in your rights to do whatever you want with it, right? That's part of building a permissionless and decentralized system. I understand that sometimes it feels like a round of let me just stop sharing. A round of like musical shares, right? And you're gonna be ending up with the bags, right? Hey, Zero X Luke, thank you very much for coming in, man. Um, so like I said, it's like everybody, like, this is part of being in the blockchain industry, right? It's decentralized, it's permissionless, right? If you have those tokens and you bought a big bag and you want to sell, then it's up to you, right? Is it hurting the rest of the ecosystem? Well, price action, yes, but the ecosystem itself, not. We're continue building. We don't rely on the price action of MPDAO for the DAO to do anything. We rely on the delegation. That's very important, right? So we rely on the delegation to in order for this protocol to continue operating, and we've continued to increase the TVL despite market conditions, right? So now I see a lot of folks also get a little bit rattled because, hey, like a price action's not there, and maybe some folks here bought in at like 11 cents, right? On top of the 2021, right? And now it's at, I don't know, 2 cents or something. We're trying our best, right? I believe that that's part of building this decentralized ecosystem, but still it is it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. I know, but we've been here for more than 4 years now. Understand that we're going to be here for the next 10, right? How we're going to be building it, it's up to us now, right? That's why we have a governance. But anyhow, we will share more information, more insights on our next governance call when we close the quarter and we begin a new one, so we can share more information on the buybacks, the impact it has done. We agreed that this was going to be a 6-month trial, and then we will be reviewing next steps. By all means, if you have a better way for the DAO to accrue value to the governance token, make a proposal, right? And I think this is something. Oh, sorry about it. We didn't mind my manners here, folks. Let me and give a shout out to the development team here that did a great job. We're not going to be relying anymore on the boss framework. So let me share quickly my screen. This is a great job the development team have done, and we need to give a shout out to them. So a round of applause for the let me put it. There you go. This is a little bit much better. So now the Metapool Improvements platform is on our website, metapool.app/MPIP, right? So there you can see everything that's being voted. So proposal 15, proposal 16 is coming and will be pushed in the next couple of hours. But here you can see everything, right? Everything has been what has been rejected, was what's on still on draft, what has succeeded, and you can see here all the information. This is MPIP 15, right? Which is what we're doing right now with the price action. And so very important. This is the sunset, right? 6-month trial, right? Uh, and after we do that, we vote for the next 180 days, right? And we try to figure it out as an ecosystem how we're going to be moving forward. But again, just wanted to give a shout out to the development team for doing a great job of bringing this home, right? Even though it was a permissionless DApp or front end, we felt like the blockchain operating system that's going to get sunsetted soon, and so we rather have it home. And then here you can review all the MPIPs. You can create a proposal as well. So if you are keen to create one, you can always go back. You can create a proposal, right? And then just yeah, there's a markdown editor as well. So great job from the team bringing this home. If you see anything that we need to be improving, do let us know. But anyhow, outside of that, I think we're past the time. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming in here. Thank you very much for all the support. Alan, oh, sorry.
So hard.
He just left. Thank you, man. Alan, thank you very much for being our voice and our eyes in the House of Stake. Thank you very much for the support there. Um, and so I think it's is House of Stake going to have an X Spaces soon? Any events outside of the offsite that is going to happen in ECC? And so we can wrap this up.
No, by the moment there is no announced virtual event, just the HCC event. So, but anyways, we are always online, and you can reach us if you have any any comment or any idea that you can provide to the House of Staking.
Perfecto. Lucio, any last comments? We are wrapping this up.
No. We have. I want to be recognized for not spilling any alpha this call. I'm getting all the alpha to be spilled on the next governance call. So we see you online, guys.
You have a good one, everybody. Thank you very much for coming in. Good night. Buenas noches, buenos días, buenas tardes. Buonasera, buongiorno. And I need to get better with my Indo and my Vietnamese as well. But next time, okay, guys?
Bye,
Cheers.
everybody.
Until next time. Keep on staking, folks. Thank you very much for the support. Until next time. Cheers.
Llega vibra, conecta al cielo vas. Este show sol, día, la fiesta ya empezará. En el corazón de la TAM la esperanza renacerá. Luz de que hace magia, el cambio ya está. En el juego del futuro tu ficha es clave. Con cada stake un paso más hacia la B. Meta Pool es tu club en esta odisea sin par, donde cada movimiento es un sueño por alcanzar. Ritmos que conectan con cada stake que das. Recompensas que regresan, felicidad que vendrá. MP